Okay, so yesterday you guys had to put together a rocket. Those of you online did it digitally and had to drag the pieces over to make your rocket. This is what it would have looked like, or similar to this. So you had 10 different shapes that you put together. And then you needed to go over here and tell me how many of each shape. Okay, well the tricky part was some of these shapes could be counted as more than one thing, right?
Yes.
Like a square can also be a parallelogram, right? Can a square be a rhombus?
Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
No. Can a rhombus be a square?
No.
See, this is where it gets confusing. So that's why you need to use your rules that we put down in our notebooks yesterday. So let's look at the rule for a square. So somebody read it for me out of your notebook. Allie?
2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel.
Parallel,
Parallel. All equal full-length sides of.
All 4 sides are equal lengths, and then 4 right angles, right? Okay, so that's what we need to be looking for. Read the rule first and then go and find what matches it. Okay, does this shape have 4 equal sides?
No.
No. Does the rectangle body piece?
No.
No. These hot pink ones?
No.
No, they don't have 4 equal sides. What about the rhombuses down here?
No.
Actually, they do. Okay? The rhombus does have 4 equal sides, but a square also has to have 4 right angles. Does this have a right angle?
No.
No. Remember, a right angle looks like an L. Okay? So this is your right angle. It has to have a square corner right here. Okay? A rhombus does not have that. Okay? So the only ones you could have counted as squares were which ones?
Oh, no, that's 2.
The 2 pink ones?
Yes.
Yes. So there's only 2. 2 squares.
So I got that one.
You got that one right. Okay, rectangle. Now let's look at our chart, and what does it say for rectangle? What does it have to have?
It has to have.
Opposite sides are what?
It has to be 2 points.
Find your rectangle on your chart. Allie, why don't you just come sit right here?
It has to have pairs of
4 right angles. Okay. It has to have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. So this is what we're looking at, those of you at home. And we're reading the rules. 4 right angles, 2 pairs of sides that are of equal lengths, and 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. Okay? So let's just start with 4 right angles. Do these yellow shapes have right angles? No. So we won't count those. Does the rhombus have 4 right angles? No. So now all we have left is the turquoise and the pink. Does the turquoise have 4 right angles?
Yes.
Okay. Does it have opposite sides parallel?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are equal lengths?
Yes.
Yes. So there's 1. What about these 2 pink ones?
Yes. 3.
Does it have all of those things?
Yes.
Yes. The 2 squares.
Yes.
Does it have 4 right angles?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have 2 pairs of sides that are equal lengths?
No.
Yes. 2 pairs means there's 1 pair, the top and the bottom. Are they equal length?
Yes.
Yes. The left and the right, are they equal?
Yes.
Yes. So it has 2 pairs. So can we count these squares for the rectangles?
Yes.
Yes. So we would say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5
I
rectangles.
knew it was 5, but I put it 3 and I erased it.
Okay, so when you read those rules, it kind of makes it more easier, right? It makes it easier, and you understand it as you go through those rules. Okay,
There's a trapezoid.
so use those to help you. Trapezoid. This one should have been the easiest, because nothing can be a trapezoid except a trapezoid. So you just need to know what a trapezoid looks like.
Exactly one pair of opposite sides that are parallel.
Parallel.
I can't say it. Lengths of sides could be the same.
Okay, could be the same. All right, so which ones are the trapezoids, class?
These
yellow.
two.
Just the yellow, so only 2. Okay, rhombus. Okay, I've already said these are rhombus because there's 4 equal sides, and the opposite sides are what? Parallel. Do y'all remember what parallel
Parallel.
means?
Yes.
Like railroad tracks, they will never, ever,
Like that.
ever what?
Cross each other.
Cross each other. Good. Okay, so there's 3 right here, but let's look at other shapes. Can a square be a rhombus?
No.
Well, let's see. Does it have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel?
Yes.
Yes. Does it have 4 sides that are equal length?
Yes.
Yes. That's all it needs to be a
So
rhombus.
one,
So can we count the squares?
Yes.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay. Because, like we said, all you need to be a rhombus is 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel, which a square does. 1 pair, and then the second pair. Those are parallel. 4 sides of equal length. Well, yes, that's what makes the square special, right? Because all the sides are equal. Okay, now parallelograms. Parallelogram, all that means is, hold on, sweetie, 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. So railroad tracks, think of that, but it has 2 pairs of them. Okay, let's start with the trapezoid. Does it have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel to each other?
Yes.
No, it just has 1 pair. The top and the bottom are parallel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what about the right and the left? Are they parallel?
No.
If you keep on going up, they're gonna cross.
Very good. If I extended these up, and I don't want to draw on Allie's paper, but if I extended these up, they would eventually cross. So that means they're not parallel. Okay? What about rectangles? Are they parallelograms? Yes. Squares?
Yes.
Rhombus?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides.
These don't.
Okay? So we need to
These
count
don't.
all of them except for the trapezoids.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8.
7, 8.
8.
So 8 parallelograms.
I think I got that one right.
The rhombuses are parallelograms because look at the opposite side. So if I look at this side and this side, are they parallel?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and this one and this one, are they parallel?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Quadrilateral, what does that mean?
All the shapes that have 4 sides.
Any shape with 4 sides. Okay,
And it's-
every shape on that rocket had 4 sides, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 10, you had that one right. 10 quadrilaterals. What about polygon? Bryson, what is a polygon? Fire things? Nope, that's a rhombus. But a polygon is just any closed shape and straight sides. So it has to be closed. That means it can't be like this to be a polygon.
Like, it's
It
gonna...
can't be a circle because it doesn't have straight sides. It can't be a squiggle because it's curved and it's not closed. Okay? So a polygon is basically any straight-sided shape. Okay? So how many were there?
There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 5.
Why is it? Okay. Is this one a polygon?
No, it's not straight.
Oh, it doesn't have to be straight up and down.
Oh,
It just
yes.
means not curved.
6 and 7.
Okay, so the yellow ones count. What about the blue?
Yes.
Yes. The pink?
Yes.
Yes, they're all straight. They're all closed. What about the orange?
Yes.
Yes. So all 10, right? 10 polygons. Polygon, all that means, Kelsey, is the sides are straight and it has to be closed. You can't leave it open like this. Okay?
Whose pass is this?
Do we have this correct on our papers now? Shh. Yes? Thumbs up? Okay. Now I'm going to give you a few minutes to glue your final pieces on if you weren't done gluing. And then I'll take these back up and we're going to play a little game, okay?
Ooh, what's
So we're going to pause. Okay, so here's the review game we're going to play. You're going to be with a partner, and those of you at home can maybe just practice this on your own. You're going to get a card, and one of your partners is going to hold the card up on their head where they can't see it. So Allie's my partner. She's going to have the card holding up to her head, so I'm going to hand it to her, but she can't look at it, okay? Okay, close your eyes. Hold this above your head. Okay, you guys won't need to close your eyes, but she is because she's on video and she'll be able to see herself on the screen. Okay, close your eyes. So now what the other partner's job is to give clues. And she has to try to guess what shape is being held up on top of her head. So I would say, well, this shape has 4 right angles. This shape has 4 sides that are equal lengths. You have a guess yet?
No.
Okay, this shape has 4 sides.
Okay, I think I know.
It has 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. That means they'll never cross each other. You think you know? What is it?
Square.
Yay! So she's right. So then you would keep doing that. Just give her a different shape. Hold it up over your head. Okay, this shape looks kind of slanted. The sides aren't equal, but they can be. They have no right angles. And 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel.
Polygon.
Close. It starts with a P. Opposite sides are parallel. No equal sides. It's kind of slanted. Starts with a P.
Polygon.
Parallelogram. Okay, good. So y'all get the idea? Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing with your partner. We'll have one group of 3. And we'll do this for about 10-ish minutes, depending on how well you guys know your shapes, okay? The better you are at it, the less time we'll do it, okay? Okay, so I hope you guys at home took the time, here you go, thank you, took the time to practice looking over those quadrilaterals and all the rules, because now you guys are going to have to draw them today, okay? So that's what we're going to practice next. So we're looking at this sheet, and we want to draw the shapes correctly, okay? So let's just start with a trapezoid. Now you need to look back at your rules and make sure that you're drawing them correctly, because you can't just draw it however you want. It has to include all of those attributes, okay? So somebody tell me what a trapezoid has to have. What's one thing, Kelsey?
A trapezoid has to have
one pair of opposite sides that are parallel.
Okay, so one pair of opposite sides that are parallel, never intersecting. Okay, what else?
Me?
Bryson, what else does a trapezoid need to have?
It needs to have 4 sides.
4 sides. Okay. Do we need to worry about right angles? Do we need to have those?
Yes. No.
No. You can have one. Sometimes it has one. So this is how you would draw a trapezoid. I can just draw the top and the bottom, making sure they're parallel to each other. It does not matter where I draw it, so I could draw it all the way across the bottom if I want. Okay? You're doing this on your paper right now. Okay? Now to finish my trapezoid, I'm just going to connect these sides. So, I created a shape with one pair of sides that are parallel, the top and the bottom. Okay? Use these lines to help you draw. That's going to help you make it straight and equal when the sides need to be equal. Okay, the next one is a parallelogram. Parallelogram has to have 2 pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. Okay, so this is what you could do the top and the bottom. So I just went over 2 squares and came down and went over 2 squares for the bottom. And I scooched it over a little bit because I want it to be slanted when I connect those. These have to be equal. Otherwise, your sides won't end up being parallel. Okay, now I'm going to connect the corners. Now does it look like the left and the right are parallel?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If I had made this top one longer, then my line would have been way out here and they would not have been parallel on the left and right. Okay, so the opposite sides have to also be equal. Now it does not have to look like that. A parallelogram could have also been a rectangle. So I could have drawn a rectangle. Okay, let's go on to rectangle. And everybody should know how to draw a rectangle. It should have 4 right angles, and the opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay, so use these squares. If I want the top to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, then the bottom needs to go over 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to match. Okay, and then you connect the sides. So what's going to make this easier is drawing your top and your bottom first, especially on those slanted ones, and then connecting the sides. Okay? Square. What does a square have to have?
It has to have 4 equal sides. It has to have 2 pairs of opposite sides.
4 equal
that are
sides.
parallel.
Opposite sides parallel. So if I start on the side and I only go down 2 squares, then every single side needs to just be 2 squares. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and try to draw the square correctly, making sure all the sides are equal. Okay, if I wanted to go down 4, then I need to go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. If you went over 2 squares, then you need to make sure you have 2 squares going on every side. Okay. Next is a rhombus. Okay, so the rhombus, what does it have to have? Allie, what's one thing?
It's like a diamond.
It's kind of like a diamond, but the diamond does not have equal sides. Rhombus has to have 4 equal sides, right?
Yes. So instead of a diamond, you go.
We just need to make sure when we draw the rhombus, all the sides are equal like a square, but are all the sides, do they have right angles?
Yes.
No. Okay, so kind of like a square, all the sides are equal, but we're going to make it more like a diamond, kind of like what Allie said. So I'm going to start here in the middle, and I'm going to go over 2 squares. So 1, 2, and down. Connect it. So I went down 1 and over 2. That's my first line. I went down 1 and over 2 for my first line.
Is it like this?
Now I need to go down 1 and over 2 for this other side. Okay, now the same thing. You need to go down 1 and now back in 2, so it's equal. It's going to be right in line with this center dot. Okay, that's going to make sure that all sides are equal if you count the squares and make sure that you went down and over the same amount each time.
All the way down, is that?
That's fine. If you went all the way down, your rhombus does not have to look just like this. Because I could have made it a skinny rhombus. I could have gone down 2, down 2, down 2, and down 2. And I only went over 1 square. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Use those squares to help you, so I just went down 2 squares instead of down 1.
Next one.
You could have made it wider. You could have gone way over here and then down. Okay. Now the last one is just a quadrilateral. So what would I need to draw for a quadrilateral?
A 4-sided shape.
Any shape with 4 sides. Okay, so it could be whatever you want it to be.
That's a quadrilateral?
Yep, it has 4 sides. Any shape with 4 sides. Okay. So now what you're going to do, you guys in class will cut this out and glue it in your notebook so you have something to look at. And then we're going to continue practicing on our mats right here. So you're going to do all of these again. And then I'm going to come around and check. So as you're drawing on this, I want you to label your shapes
I did.
so I know what you intended it to be. Make sure you're using those rules in your chart. If it's a square, those sides better be equal. If it's a rhombus, the sides better be equal. Rectangle, the opposite sides have to be equal. Okay? Are there any questions before you start? Okay. Those of you at home, you guys are doing this in Seesaw just like we're doing it here on paper. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I look forward to seeing your drawings.